Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to whenever you happen to be listening, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Fourth Inning Podcast, where four friends talk about their one love for sports. Today's episode includes 5 segments that will cover the NFL and MLB, and even a little bit of talk about college sports. But before we jump into that, I'm going to let Matt give you guys a recap of the past week in the sports world.
Welcome to This Week in Sports, where I go over all the events in the sports world over the last week. We start in South Korea for the KBO. The NC Dinos are still in first place at 23-6, with the Doosan Bears 4 games back at 19-10. The Hanwha Eagles have stayed in last place with a poor record of 7-23. Kang Jin-sung leads the KBO with a .468 batting average, and Roberto Ramos leads the league with 12 home runs.
What happened to Jose Fernandez?
He's been on the past 2 episodes, hasn't he?
Jose
Fernandez. Jose Miguel Fernandez. I think he's been on a slump. And obviously,
slumping, still hitting above 400, pretty impressive.
I think he's hitting around 413.
Oh boy,
wow. He was hitting 480 last week, so yeah, he must have gone over a few times. But Kang Jin-sung, along with some of his teammates on the NC Dinos who are in first place, have gone hot. And now that he's hitting 468, he's obviously taken over for the league in batting average. Yeah. And now we move on to the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Quick Trip 500. When Kevin Harvick won this race with Kyle Busch coming in second and Martin Truex Jr. coming in third. This is the third win at Atlanta for Kevin Harvick and number 51 overall. Tristan, I know you tuned into this one. What are your thoughts on the race?
Well, the whole race, Truex won. He won the first 2 stages. He was looking really good to win.
Yeah.
Harvick, that 105th lap, he took the lead, and he was just...
Yeah.
And he ended up winning by 4 seconds.
Yeah, I won by 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Pretty big win.
Yeah.
And now, lastly, we dive into Major League Baseball and their plan for reopening. The players and owners are having a hard time agreeing on the plan to start the 2020 MLB season. And the owners want to cut the salaries of the players for the season. And the players want to play baseball as soon as possible while being fairly paid. There are many plans that are being shot down by either the players or owners are on almost a daily basis. And with no clear end in sight for this argument and reopening, what is everyone's thoughts on this situation?
I seriously wouldn't be surprised if we see a lockout in the league.
So they refuse to play if they don't get a salary cut.
Big names too, like Blake Snell.
Yeah.
I think the owners are a bit out of touch here. I think they need.
I think it's good that they're communicating.
It's good that they're communicating, but they're also getting nothing done.
They're the last pro league to talk about what they're doing, aren't they?
Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be, yeah.
NBA getting their fans and everything, their hopes up. Maybe they're not going to be able to actually
I don't think they'll
get
have
to
a
that
season.
date.
We talked about that in last week's This Week in Sports. If you guys want to tune into that episode, if you already haven't.
Which we know you have because...
our lovely viewers
we love our subscribers.
We love our viewers.
Best fan base on all of YouTube.
Oh yeah,
yes, we do.
Like, subscribe, follow Instagram, Twitter, everything.
We're not gonna ask you to do that because we're not 80 guys. But
we're not. Yeah, we're
just 4 guys who talk about their wild love for sports.
It's so easy, just a button, just press it.
we appreciate your company, and now I pass it on to Tristan for Let's Rank It.
Welcome to Let's Rank It, and today we are ranking the top 5 players to never win a Heisman Trophy. At 5, I'm going with Adrian Peterson. He just dominated the field. He was named Anonymous All-American and First Team All-Big 12 in 2004.
At number 5, I have Christian McCaffrey out of Stanford. If it wasn't for Derrick Henry, who rushed over, I think it was 2,100 yards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he would have definitely won the Heisman. But
look at them now.
Yeah,
2 best running backs in the league.
He's making a lot of money with that new deal, isn't he?
Yep,
deserves it.
For number 5, I have Tommy Frazier. He led Nebraska to 3 straight national championship games, winning 2, and was a field goal away from winning all 3. And he also holds almost every quarterback record at Nebraska.
All right, number 5, I have Hugh Green from Pittsburgh. He lost to George Rogers. Don't know who that is, if I'm going to be honest. But he's one of the best defensive ends in college football history. He had 460 career tackles, 53 sacks, and 25 forced fumbles, which is pretty crazy to me. He also won multiple awards, including the Walter Camp Award, Maxwell Award, Lombardi Award, and Sporting News Player of the Year. So,
wow.
Quite the resume.
Yeah, he does. At 4, I'm going to go with Deion Sanders. He's one of the best corners to ever play the game. He had many interceptions his senior year. What was it, Josh?
He had 5 interceptions,
5?
yeah.
5, he was just an all-around great athlete.
Yeah, I also have Prime Time at 4. just a special player and a game changer on almost all sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the best college football and even NFL players of all time.
Kick returner.
Yep.
College. Yep.
Number 4, I have Hugh Green. Like Blake said, 25 forced fumbles, 53 sacks, and 460 tackles over his college career. One of the best defensive players in college football history, not to win the Heisman.
All right, number 4, I have Randy Moss. One of the best wide receivers ever. He was 4th in Heisman voting, unlike most of the people on our list who were runner-ups. But he had 1,820 receiving yards and 26 touchdowns in one season. And after his college career, he averaged 168 yards and 2 touchdowns every game, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Very.
Mm-hmm.
At 3, I'm going to go with Tommy Frazier. He was one of the greatest college football players. He led Nebraska to 3 national championships, and he won 2 at them. But when he left, he held many, many records at Nebraska and in the NCAA.
At 3, I have Jim Brown out of Syracuse. It was obviously a different game back then. They played less games in regular season, so it's hard to really compare stats. But he was just a dominant player, and I think he changed the running back position in college football, so I have him at 3.
Number 3, I have Anthony Carter from the University of Michigan, I believe.
Yes, sir.
He
Go blue.
averaged-
Go blue.
He averaged 17.4 yards per catch with 37 touchdowns, and he averaged nearly 1 touchdown per 4 catches,
That's
which just shows how explosive he was.
All right, number 3, I have the household name Peyton Manning out of Tennessee. Of course, he lost to Charles Woodson, who's one of the most famous Heisman winners of all time. But, he holds multiple SEC records, and he's a for sure first ballot Hall of Famer when he's eligible.
Yeah, he is.
For sure.
And
100%.
one of the best players ever, period. Just not winning a Heisman is pretty crazy.
At number 2, I'm going to go with Peyton Manning. He had a great senior year, but of course he sadly lost to Charles Woodson. Go blue. And he had the lowest interception rate that year.
At number 2, I have Peyton Manning as well. He threw for over 38,000. Sorry, not 38,000.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
That'd be astronomical.
That'd be crazy. if he did win.
3,800 passing yards and also had 36 touchdowns to go along with it. Just a game changer for the university. Great player. He's my number 2.
Number 2, I also have Peyton Manning. Hard to argue with his passing game with 11,201 passing yards and an NCAA low interception rate. If it wasn't for his terrible running game, I think he would for sure have won a Heisman Trophy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have Vince Young. He lost to Reggie Bush, who was very deserving of it. But, he was the first player to pass for 3,000 yards and rush for 1,000 in a season. So he's one of the first serious dual threat.
At number 1, I'm going with Vince Young.
Yeah.
The only thing he had over Reggie was that national championship game when he beat him.
Doesn't change anything. But,
Well, he had something over him.
but
Yeah.
after the fact.
But he did stop
Yeah.
USC's
He did.
three-peat.
He did.
And if the trophy, and a Heisman Trophy, was given out at the end of the season, I think he would have had it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that,
Sure.
100%.
that championship may have added to the resume.
Yeah, the guy who won it, Reggie Bush, Vince Young actually beat him in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
So number 1, I also have Vince Young, threw for over 3,000 yards and ran for over 1,000 with 38 total touchdowns. He's now in the College Football Hall of Fame and one of the greatest college football players to ever do it. It's a shame he never won the Heisman.
Number 1, I also have Vince Young. As the boys said before, 3,000 yards in a season, passing and 1,000 yard running. I mean, hard to argue
Yeah, hard to beat
with
those
those stats, and it's almost unthinkable to believe that he didn't win a Heisman Trophy.
All right, number 1, I have Tommy Frazier, which Matt talked about earlier.
Yep.
He's just considered by many to be the greatest college football player ever. And, he didn't win a Heisman, which is crazy. And, of course, he lost to Eddie George, who is one of the best college football running backs ever.
Yeah.
And, as they said, he led his team to back-to-back national championships. And if that's not deserving of a Heisman, I'm not really sure what is. But it's the point of the list, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure
That's
is.
exactly right, Blake.
Yep.
All right, after the break, Josh will take over with this or that.
Alrighty, we're going to bring back this or that. This was actually in our first episode. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Basically, I'm going to give you guys two position groups, 2 teams, 2 players, and you guys decide which one you guys rather have. So we're gonna start out with the MLB. Actually, we're gonna stay with the MLB. This one's only MLB today. All right, who looks more dangerous coming into the 2020 season, the Dodgers or the Yankees?
I'm going Yankees here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm going with the Yankees. They're going to be mad after that walk-off loss. To
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
the
and especially after the whole
Astros.
scandal.
Yeah.
You know,
They're-
maybe they think they deserve the win, but
Yeah, their lineup has a ton of power with a good starting rotation and a great bullpen.
Yeah.
I-
when,
it'll be
when
hard
they're
to
healthy,
beat.
I think they may be one of if not the best team in baseball.
Yeah, getting
Yeah.
standing back.
Yeah,
Standing
that's gonna be
back's
huge.
And
Former
also,
MVP.
if Severino can bounce back from Tommy
Mhm.
John, him and Garrett Cole 1-2. That's
That'd be
That's-
big.
that's
That'd
nasty.
be big.
all right. We're gonna move on to the minor leagues here. Which young prospect do you think will have the most success in the league, Wander Franco or Gavin Lux? So Lux had a little bit of an appearance in the majors last year.
Yeah, nothing too
Yeah,
crazy.
It was 240. Lux is 22 and Franco's 19. I'm gonna go with Franco here. I think he's got a lot of potential, and I'm excited to see him grow, especially in that Rays organization.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you here. He just had better minor league numbers than Gavin Lux.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, Lux is technically in the MLB now, so maybe a little bit more advanced than Franco. He's also 3 years older,
Yeah,
I think.
3 years.
3 years. Franco's only 19, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I think he's just full of potential.
Yeah,
I
but-
agree. Wander Franco, I think he's gonna be a stud in the major
Yeah.
leagues.
Yeah, I
It's just-
agree.
It's just
the stats don't lie.
it's not. Yeah, it's
a matter of time.
it's not
I
if
see
but
him-
when.
I see him being like a Francisco Lindor in the future.
Yeah,
Something
I
like
think
Could
in the
be,
future
yeah.
it could be guys like Bo Bichette,
Yeah.
Tatis, and
That'll be very
Tatis
entertaining watching
and,
those guys.
and Franco. Yeah, those are the three I think in the future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so which team do you think has a better chance of surprising the league next year and potentially making a playoff run, the Reds or the Rangers?
I'm going Reds here.
Yeah, I'm going Reds too.
I like the
That's
Reds.
unbiased opinion, but
I think
Yeah.
the Reds had a really good offseason. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see how they do.
They picked up many good players. That's
They
gonna
have
make-
yeah.
They have a great starting rotation,
Yeah.
great lineup, and a progressing bullpen that's getting better by the year.
Yeah, but what happens if they get 100 wins? What's gonna happen, Matt and Blake?
Uh,
Me and Blake have to shave our heads.
May have
completely
to
bald.
work out a new deal if they don't get that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
full
Yeah.
season
Keep
in,
the same
which is-
percentage.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll do the math.
we will. Oh, it's that time of the episode, the joke of the week, where I tell a very funny joke at a random point of the episode. This week's joke is, why are some umpires fat?
I don't know.
Why?
Why is
Why?
that?
Because they always clean their plate. Because you know they.
Yeah, we get it.
We all play baseball.
Yeah,
We all
because they
play
clean home
The plate gets a little
Yeah.
dirty.
Yeah, that
'Cause
happens.
There's just a little bit.
The pitcher's got to see it.
There's a little bit of dirt
Sometimes
on
they
the
don't have the
field.
brush and they got to use
Wait
their
a second.
hand, which is a
What
little.
do they do if there's if it's turf? Do they still wipe it off?
Yeah, same
with
thing.
their pebbles or whatever.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
little.
Would you guys rather have your top two pitchers in your rotation be Jacob deGrom and Noah Syndergaard, or Shane Bieber and Mike Clevenger?
I'm gonna go with a little bit, maybe an unpopular opinion, but I'm going Bieber and Clevenger. First off, they're younger. They're two elite pitchers, in my opinion. And Shane Bieber is an all-star last year. Mike,
I'm gonna go with DeGrom and Syndergaard. DeGrom, great pitcher, just beautiful.
Yeah.
But
I'm
Cinder,
beautiful.
Hey,
He's
beautiful.
beautiful.
He's a beautiful guy.
I didn't mean it that way.
I pay
Just
attention to his game,
just a-
not his looks.
Yeah.
beautiful.
We don't judge here at the Fourth Inning
He,
podcast.
he had beautiful mechanics. Just he always
Yes.
does.
Yeah, he is
but
smooth.
Syndergaard,
Good
as we
arm
said in
slaps.
last episode, I think we all agreed, but Matt, that he was overrated.
Yeah.
I had it just right. I think.
You did.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm
Might have to go
also-
take another look
Yeah,
at that one.
might have to
If
go
you
check
haven't,
that
go
one
check
out.
it out.
Check it out. Like, subscribe, comment.
But-
I also have DeGrom and Syndergaard. Sorry, Josh.
no,
DeGrom
it's all
is probably the best pitcher in baseball right now.
He
And
is.
Noah
Back-to-back Cy
Syndergaard,
Youngs.
he hasn't had the best few years, but I see the future's bright for him, and I
Yeah,
think
he is.
he'll
It
do
is.
good in New
He will
York.
light it up
their-
with the lightning.
With their new, with the Mets'
With
new
Thor.
pitching coach that they acquired.
That's right. They did.
I believe on November 26, 2019.
What an offseason it was.
Is that just in the back of the head? Is that
It's just in the back of the head. It just popped up in the back of my head. Not
I mean,
on the phone.
I
big
think
date?
I think the gap between DeGrom and Syndergaard, I think Bieber and Clevenger really fill that. I think Bieber's elite, and I think Clevenger's right on the doorstep of that. So I got Bieber and Clevenger in this one, but I think it's really close. And finally, if you're a GM, would you rather have the Nationals rotation or the Dodgers hitting lineup?
I'm gonna go with Nationals rotation
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Defense over offense.
Yeah.
You know, good pitching will always stop good hitting.
Yeah.
Offense sells tickets, defense wins championships.
Yeah,
That's
Sure,
right.
I like
right.
it.
We sure learned
You
that
know,
with the Nationals last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Annabelle Sanchez and Patrick Corbin.
Yeah.
Two
Also
very good pitchers.
solid, yeah.
And a great bullpen, actually.
Yep.
If you can throw that in there.
And if you take a look at the Dodgers lineup, there are some weak spots. Not
And
very
not
many.
a lot.
Not a lot.
many.
But their weak spots are a lot stronger than other teams. But
That's true.
Yep.
they're still weak spots.
Alrighty, that's it for this or that. I'm going to pass the floor to Blake for a new segment called Name That Player.
All right, welcome to Name That Player, new segment. This is a little bit different than most of our segments. It's gonna be like a game. Everybody's gonna be involved.
I like
I'm
games.
gonna. What's that?
I like games.
Yeah,
They're
me
very
too.
fun.
Games are fun.
The game
I'm
of life.
excited. I'm really
Yeah.
excited right now.
I can tell. I can tell.
You got a big smile on your face,
I-
Matt.
Yeah. If you guys can't see
Yeah.
them because you can't because you're seeing
Yeah.
our logo. That's beautiful.
Trust me, it's a
Just him and his Ice Mountain water.
it's a good.
Yeah, Ice Mountain.
Ice Mountain, best water out there.
Oh, it's great water.
Okay.
Not like Crystal Gazer though.
Chris.
Okay. All right. Let's get back on track here. All right. So basically, I got some players listed right here. Today it's NFL players, and I'm gonna give a couple hints, and then I'm gonna let the boys take it away and ask yes or no questions, and I'm gonna answer
All right.
until they can narrow it down to one player. And if they can't, they can give up, and I'll tell them.
Should we keep score?
Sure, all right.
Necessary.
I like
Let's
it.
just have fun.
We'll keep score.
We'll keep
We'll keep
Okay,
score.
well, I have a prediction, but
I don't know.
Say it.
Yeah.
I bet. I have a feeling Josh might. He's pretty good
I
with
have
this
a hunch that
NFL.
Josh may pull this one
Well,
out.
let's
Barely.
not.
Yeah,
let's
let's
see.
Let's hear it.
Let's
Let's
do
go.
it.
Okay. All right. Starting it off, we have this player plays in the NFC, and he went to UTEP.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Does he play offense?
He does.
Quarterback?
Nope.
Wide receiver,
No.
running back.
Yes.
He's an NFC's running back, went to UTEP.
Yep.
Does he play?
Running back. He plays.
He
running
does play running back, as we said.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
It's a tough one, you know.
NFC
Small
East?
speed.
Oh.
East?
No.
It's
does
not
not play in the East.
West.
Hmm.
NFC West.
He does not play in the NFC West.
NFC
So
South.
must
South.
be.
Does not play in the South.
must
So it's
be
the
the
north.
north.
It
It
has
is
to be
the
the north.
north. It
So
is
it's
the
either
north.
it's either the Bears, Lions, Packers, or Vikings.
Indeed.
Go Lions, you know.
Yeah, but it's
Is it-
unfortunately it's not the Lions.
Is it
I
Jamal
know.
Williams?
It is not Jamal Williams.
Okay, I'm not really sure
Oh,
when.
does he play for the Bears?
He does not.
Packers.
He does.
Okay, we got Packers.
Ooh.
Oh my
He-
goodness.
He plays running back, correct?
He does play running back.
Oh, boy.
Kind of narrows it down there.
Oh,
Oh, I know this. I
What's
just
his
said.
name?
Big year last year.
He had
Yeah.
a huge year last
It's
year.
not-
Oh, Aaron Jones.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
There you go. 1-0.
Yep.
Actually,
That may be the start.
1-0.
It's 1-0
to nothing.
To nothing.
It's 1-0 to nothing. We don't say nil here.
Yeah, this isn't soccer. Sorry.
This is the fourth inning podcast.
Where four friends talk about their one well for sport.
Yep.
Except soccer.
Except
Yeah.
soccer.
We-
We don't talk about soccer.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No offense.
We're
guys.
not soccer
Kind of
fans.
a little bit
If
of
you
offense.
like soccer, then you can
All right.
still. Okay, never mind.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next player. All right.
do it.
Next player plays in the AFC.
Yep.
All
He
right.
went to Texas A&M.
Ooh.
Is he a wide receiver?
He's not.
Quarterback.
Play
He
offense.
does play quarterback.
Is he? Does he
Ryan,
play
Ryan
right now?
Tannehill.
It is Ryan Tannehill. Look at that.
How about
at
that?
that.
2-0-0.
Two big years last year.
I may.
You know, if they weren't players
he
right
got
now,
paid this offseason.
He did.
didn't he?
Hey, we
I
can't,
was
we
I
can't
was
let-
starting to think Johnny Manziel there, but you know.
Come back. Come back.
We can't let Josh win this. First
Yeah,
out
we
of
gotta.
chance.
One of us
You guys
has to
get
get
one.
this.
You guys gotta get one.
Is this the last
Yeah.
one?
It's not looking good for
No.
you. The next ones are even harder.
No, great.
Oh boy.
Okay.
UTEP was a good one.
We're off.
Yeah.
We're pulling up
I
an
didn't know he went to UTEP.
Oh, you're
upset right
pretty
here.
crazy.
Me
You
and
learn
Matt.
something new every
We're
day.
gonna
Yeah.
upset him.
You
Here we
can
go.
learn something. You get 4% better every day.
Yes,
That's
you
right.
sure do.
All right. Next player plays in the AFC again.
Yep.
And he went to Georgia. Go
AJ Green.
Bulldogs.
AJ Green.
It is not AJ.
It's not
Green.
AJ Green. Are
There's
you
a lot
kidding
of
me?
Georgia's a very good school.
Georgia-
Lots of
Oh.
players came out of it.
Darn, I was
wait,
so confident.
Does he
Is he running
play
back?
So
does-
confident.
Is he running back?
Nick
He does
Chubb.
not play
Safety.
running back. Does not play safety.
defense?
No.
Offense.
Yes.
Wide receiver.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh
Not
wow.
AJ
Green.
Calvin Ridley.
No. Good
Oh,
guess.
that was a good guess. That's kind of good. Julio Jones.
No.
Oh, he went to Bama. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
excuse
gonna
me.
say it again.
Excuse me.
AJ Green.
No, it's not
it didn't
AJ Green.
change. It didn't change.
You said Georgia, AFC wide receiver.
Yes.
No, Matt, let's not use our phones
AFC
here.
South.
No.
No, AFC North.
Oh, it's in the north,
It is not in the north.
It's not in the North. You said it was.
east.
Oh, he didn't. I never played it. Said it was in the north. And it's
Oh,
not east either.
Julian Edelman.
So it has to be in the west.
Julian Edelman.
It is in the west.
Does he play for the Broncos?
Does not play for
No.
the Broncos.
Hunter Henry.
Uh,
Tight
That's
end.
a tight end, buddy.
Did McCole Hartman go to Georgia?
Oh,
Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
It's Michael
yeah.
Hard, man.
How about that? 3-0-0. 3-0-0.
He's too good.
Good
Hey,
guy.
is it
We need
time
to try a
go
different
towel?
sport
That
next
was
time.
it.
We're
Josh
gonna
was
get
on
you.
that. Josh
Yeah.
was on that route.
McCole Harmon.
A
How
lot
about
of good
that?
guesses. All right, next player plays in the NFC,
Yep.
and he went to Penn State.
Is he a running back?
He's not a running back.
No, he went to
He's
Penn
not a kicker.
State.
Long snappers are a good position.
So is a
Not very
punter.
big names, so it would have been really tough on the guys who have 0.
Boy.
Wide receiver, Penn State.
NFC South?
AFC. It's the AFC.
It is the NFC South.
And it.
What college is it? I'm blanking right here.
Penn State.
Penn State.
Michael Thomas didn't go to Penn State.
He did not.
Panthers.
He went to Ohio State.
He
Go
did.
Bucks.
Panthers?
OHIO. He's not a Panther.
Is he a Saint?
Falcon.
Not a Saint.
Falcon.
Buccaneer.
He's a Falcon.
He is a Buccaneer.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's with
There
the
is a
big
down
boys
fighter
now.
Chris Godwin.
It is Chris Godwin.
Oh my.
5-0-0. How you like that?
I was
boy.
like the first one to get it. Come on, guys. It was still
I-
up there. There were only 2 guesses.
Yeah, come on. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. No
Pretty
one
much,
else.
yeah.
Right?
Well,
Come on.
I don't know my NFL all that much. so.
I'm a big Bengals fan. Couldn't tell you much
We know.
about
Do you
We
have any
know.
more, Blake? Do you have any?
I do. I have one more.
Oh,
actually.
All right, Matt,
Can I
come
go
on.
undefeated?
No.
We'll see.
No.
A tough one here, in my opinion.
Let's go,
Is
Matt.
it?
Let's do it.
Mhm.
So we have a player from the NFC again,
NFC.
and he went to
NFC.
Auburn.
Matt Stafford.
It is not Matt Stafford. Auburn.
Cam Newton.
Not Cam Newton.
He said NFC Auburn.
Boo.
Is he a,
That's Matt's first actual guess.
Not Cam Newton.
That's like actually could make sense.
is he a running back?
No,
He's not a running
Because
back.
no, AJ Green.
I was gonna say. I was
I
gonna
gotcha.
say
AFC North.
Defense. Did he play defense?
He does not play defense.
Does he play offense?
Is he a tight
He
end?
does play off.
Is he a
He's
tight
not a tight end.
Is he a wide receiver?
He is a wide receiver.
Auburn
NFC West?
wide receiver.
No, not the NFC West.
Auburn wide receiver.
North?
Not the North.
East?
Yes, he is in the East.
All right.
Auburn.
Michael Gallup.
Mike Gallup went to Colorado. Good guess.
It's not Michael Gallup.
It's a good
Yes.
name for Matt to think of.
Yeah.
He was on my fantasy football team. That's,
He had a good year. He had a good
Auburn.
year
He did have a
last
good
year.
year last year.
Is he on the Giants?
1,000. He is on the Giants.
No, no.
Not Sterling
No.
Shepard.
It's
Matt,
not
we got to
Sterling
start
Shepard.
thinking he's getting close.
I-
He is getting close.
Is it Odell Beckham?
Plays for the Giants, goes to Auburn. We might be stumped here.
I'm not giving up. I'm not
You
giving
guys are
up.
right on it. No phones, Matt. Unfortunately.
I don't know the Giants players.
Slayton. Darius Slayton.
It is Darius
my.
Slayton. Come
No
on.
way.
Six-
6-0-0.
That's a shutout. Not
Wow.
not very surprising.
Well, it was fun playing. That was a great game.
Great
Blake.
game.
Yeah.
Got to
I-
shake hands after that
Good
great
game,
game.
guys.
Great
I
game.
appreciate
I
that.
appreciated being the commissioner
Good
of that game.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed myself.
Was it a good first segment?
Yeah,
I think it was.
Good.
Hey, comment down below if you guys
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
that.
comment your
We-
thoughts.
We could do this for any sport actually. so
DM us
just
on
let us know.
Instagram, Twitter,
And comment what
YouTube,
else, what
anywhere.
other sections you could think of, and
Yeah.
Yeah, give us idea. We're open to ideas. We're very reachable.
That's right.
All right. I don't know. We'll wrap this up after the break. We're gonna hear On This Day in Sports, and then finish it up with everybody's favorite segment, Douglas's Hot Take.
Welcome back to the Fourth Inning Podcast. Before we jump into Douglas's hot take, on this day in sports, June 11, 1997, Jordan's infamous flu game. With the series tied 2-2, Jordan put up 38 points, 7 rebounds, as well as 5 assists as he led the Chicago Bulls to victory, making the series 3-2 and eventually leading them to ring number 5 in Jordan's quest for 6.
Thanks, Josh. And now, welcome to Douglas's Hot Take, where every episode I deliver an unpopular sports opinion and we discuss it. This week's hot take is that the college football playoff format should be expanded to 8 teams.
I mean, I think that'd be interesting, but I think they should keep it to 4.
Yeah, me too.
I agree with that. I think they definitely should expand. You get more games, better chances of upsets, but easier chances of blowouts to happen.
Yeah, they're gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, how many teams do you think how many teams would you want in your playoff?
I'd go with 6, maybe 5.
5.
5.
Five would be
with a
interesting.
playing
Five with the
Yeah,
playing game.
like the
for
4 and
playoff.
5 play to
Yeah.
play
I
the
could
1
see
seed.
that.
Maybe.
So like if we went with last year's, it'd be Georgia, right?
Yeah, Georgia
Yeah.
playing Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean, I think Georgia versus LSU would be a lot better game than that Oklahoma LSU game.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
couldn't have predicted that. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of could have.
I mean,
but not as
Oklahoma
bad.
Oklahoma's offense last year was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
they looked really good regular season. Once they faced Joe Burrow, it
Yeah,
was
their
a ball
defense
game.
just
really.
If they won out, they would be up there. And
Well,
also with
and if
the other two teams,
and if-
Georgia and Oregon, they would have made it if they went undefeated.
And if Vanderbilt went undefeated, they would have made it too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I mean,
because they would have won.
Still not.
They would have been in the SEC
That's just-
championship.
That's a little irrelevant, but I'll let it
I mean, not
slide this
really.
time. I'll let it
It's
slide
not-
this time.
Okay,
Well,
so
you-
how,
are
how many
you-
teams would you say how many teams would you want in your playoff?
8.
8.
I'd go 8.
And would you take the winner of every Power 5 conference?
I
How
would
you
take the best 8, but I would assume almost nearly every season there would be at least one team from every Power 5 conference to be represented.
I don't know.
I
about
mean,
that.
there could be upwards of
Yeah.
I would
SEC
say 3
teams
SEC,
in there.
2 Big Ten at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Michigan,
sometimes
Penn State, Ohio State,
and then
and
And
sometimes
then Notre Dame would be
there's-
thrown in there.
Yeah.
With the 14.
Not even. Yeah, they're not even.
with the 14 playoff issue. I think that there are a lot of disputes because there's so many good teams in the top.
But that's
top
kind of
8 or
That's the
top
one
But then
playoff.
you're good.
6
Yeah.
that are getting screwed out of the playoffs
Are they getting
because
screwed though, or are they?
well, did Ohio State
You're gonna
get
have-
screwed by not making the playoffs a few times?
Yeah,
Once.
but
Yeah,
I think
the
others
other
that
team
one
got
year.
you there, got you on that
Well,
one.
As a Michigan fan, I want Michigan to go to the playoffs, but I know we're going to get
It's been, like,
destroyed.
16 teams
It-
for that to
y-
happen. Let's be
yeah,
20
it's
teams
going to
from
be.
the bracket.
But if we made it, I know we're going to get destroyed. It's just nice to say
And
you've been to a playoff.
The bigger the playoff you make, the more games, the more risk for injury for people
Yeah.
who are trying to make it to the draft. You know,
And I mean, some of these kids are 18, 19 years old.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
I'd say probably 19, 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still. I mean,
What about Hunter Renfro? He was like,
oh, that man was 27. That man was 27 in college.
Hey, he made it. He took
did.
him a while, but he
He
made
he
did.
it.
made
He
he
had
won
a
a
great
ship.
rookie year
Yeah,
with
he
Derek
did.
Carr
And,
and Raiders.
I also think it's a bit of a it's the opposite of what you guys are saying. I think an 8-team or an expanded playoff format in general would make the playoffs more exciting. Actually,
It might be more
But
exciting, but
the
it'd make
the
it
first
less
round-
prestigious.
Yeah.
The first round there would be like one exciting game, and that'd be the four first
It'd be
5.
3.
well,
Yeah.
and I think also with the shot of upsets, and I think just more games would make it more exciting. I mean, what makes March Madness is the upsets and the close games because you never really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but
And with
Let's
4
compare it to
teams,
the
that's not
NFL.
possible.
Let's compare
Yeah.
to the NFL. Is the wild card round really like that exciting if you don't have a team? Would you say?
No, I mean I watch it to
last
watch it.
year
But you
But
watch
The
it to
wild
watch.
card
Yeah.
was exciting.
it
last
was.
An
Yeah.
18 playoff would be great for TV ratings, but I think the 14 playoff is just great because
Yeah.
it's just a
And
prestigious
then,
thing.
Yeah, the underdog stories like the Tennessee Titans last year, no one expected them to get far at all.
But then if you think about it, the 9. But like, what?
Yeah, if you expand it to 8, there's still going to be that 9,
9,
10,
10, 11.
teams
Yeah.
that
So-
think they deserve to make it in the playoffs and they didn't.
Yeah,
So would
but
you
that's-
put-
That
what-
issue is never gonna go away.
It's
What-
never going to go away, but it's less important than the 5th best team not making
But
it.
that's the beauty of having
There's
such a small
there's a big
playoff.
difference.
It's
is
gonna
they're all
be
fighting for those spots.
it's gonna be so much harder because each game is actually a real still a bowl game. So like, which one's gonna be the Rose Bowl? Or are you gonna leave that for the 9 versus 10?
I don't know. I mean, you can put any bowl in there. I just think that would also be
Music City Bowl.
The Camping World Bowl.
The GoDaddy Bowl.
Yes, a lot of good bowls out there.
the San Diego
China.
Credit Union.
The Outback Bowl. There's many.
There's a lot of bowls.
Name a brand they
There
have
are.
it. Is there an Ice Mountain Bowl?
Oh,
There
there should be.
They got to make
There
that.
They got it. They need to get in
Ice
there.
Mountain, if you're listening, we drink your water all
We
the
do
time.
drink your water.
All the time.
It's very good.
Tastiest, most refreshing
We don't
water
do anything else with
on
your
the
water.
market. Well, I have never drinking anything
It's
else
pure
in my
quality.
life that's not Ice Mountain water.
100% natural spring
It
water
just tastes so good.
since 1987.
yeah,
It's just great. A tradition over 30 years.
and you can recycle your plastic bottle.
All right.
Let's get back on
Back,
topic
But,
here.
we're
but
getting
there is one
into
thing.
playoff.
There's
Yeah,
a warning. A cap is a small part that poses
yeah,
choking.
That's, they care for their
So do not,
children.
do not chew on caps.
I mean, us
That
being
lesson learned.
Blake.
Us being high schoolers, we do have to worry with stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are still
Exactly,
prone to dangerous
Hazards.
Hazards.
Yeah, hazards.
Thank you,
choking
Josh.
hazards.
No problem.
It's a great
Anyway,
word.
let's jump back in.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
segment.
You know another hazard.
Oh, boy.
Well, what?
Having an 18 playoff, is that a hazard?
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah,
hazard.
hazard
I
for
think-
the people trying to make the
I
the
think,
NBA,
I think
NFL
it's a positive hazard. I think it's more of a goal we need to reach for
Like,
college football
like getting to the
become-
moon.
I think it is. I think it is.
Actually, we've already done that. Going to Mars.
We
Going to
have
Mars.
done
It's,
Yeah,
it's
we'll
a
go
big
to
milestone. We're trying to get
it is a
there.
big milestone.
It's the space
I
race.
think it would be a revolutionary addition to college football.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, that is. It's very
well,
bold.
that's why it's called Douglas's hot take.
It is
Which is
called
where
Douglas's
Douglas's
hot
hot
take.
I deliver an unpopular sports opinion that we discuss it.
Yes.
If
If
they
you
were to
forgot.
change it, I think 5 would be the most ideal, just to get
Yeah.
that playing game to see who deserves to go
Yep.
and get that underdog
Usually,
game
yeah,
against the
because
one
usually it's the
seed.
5
Every-
seed that's getting screwed out.
Every
of it.
3 or 4 years, there's always a team that gets screwed.
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, the past
So they need
3-4 years, it's usually been the same 3 teams: Bama.
Yeah,
Georgia,
I mean,
and,
Because
we'll say they're
Georgia
the
was
same-
in the talk this year.
They were
over
5,
Oklahoma.
I believe.
Yeah. They were in the
Yeah.
talk about getting in over there, but they didn't. But that would have been an interesting
Yeah,
time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Eight teams. It may be a bit of a stretch, but I think it should be expanded from anywhere within 5 to 8 teams. I think anything above 8 is a bit what's the word? It's a bit just extreme.
Extreme, yeah.
What you
Good
know what they
word.
Matt, you know what they should do? They should do a 25. Every ranked
25.
team gets in.
Yeah, you
That would be
can.
great.
You can get in there,
March
get in there.
Madness.
Appalachian State.
Yeah.
They would be in there.
They would.
UCF thinks they're better than
Yeah.
every team.
All
because
right,
of
They
us.
can they can finally
Yeah,
prove
they're not.
it. All right.
Let's try to wrap this up. Let's
Alright,
go
so-
around the table.
Let's hear it.
What do we think college
Yeah.
football should do?
Blake,
Stay with the 4. It's, almost iconic at this point. It hasn't been around that long, but
Yep.
Every team's fighting for those 4 spots.
I feel like they should expand it, but not all the way to 8. Just stick with the 5.
I like the 14 playoff. I think they should keep it, but if they do change it, I think 5 would be
Yeah, I like
the
the
perfect.
5,
I think
yeah.
5 would be
Yeah.
almost perfect.
I think they should expand it from anywhere between 5 to 8. Make it more
Alright.
exciting for fans. Already have one loss and still are up there. And that wraps up the 4th episode of the 4th Inning Podcast. Thanks for listening, and we hope you tune in next week. And remember to like, subscribe, and get 4% better every day. See ya.